Welcome to Invisible No More. Um, Maria and I kind of just created this in chatting one afternoon and realizing the synergy with what we do, and wanted to come together and share some of our wisdom and blend it and answer questions and just support some people with whatever it is that's going on for them in their lives. It's the intention of the workshop is how to be seen, valued, and hired. It's not necessarily just about getting hired. It's about being open to and showing up for what's next in your life as well. So invisible no more, really honoring yourself and listening to what's next for you too. So whether you're joining us because you've been laid off or you're exploring a career pivot, you're underemployed, or you're simply looking for what's next, you're in the right place.
And I just want to introduce myself. I'm Maria Dastur, and I inspire people to disrupt those traditional career paths and just ask, like, is this really what I want to do? So that you can design your career that fits your life and not the other way around. Because let's face it, we've been working for many years and many decades, and we owe it to ourselves at this point to figure that out.
Yeah. So this workshop is all about reconnecting with yourself, confidence, and knowing who we are, and being shown the direction that we are supposed to go is always there. It's simply learning to reconnect with it. So tonight is about learning how to do that, finding your confidence, understanding and owning your value.
Yeah, that's big.
And yes, what were we going to say?
I know that's a big one.
Yeah, huge. I was
Mhm.
speaking about that this morning too. And a lot of people don't really honor what they bring to the table, who they are, period, in the world. So again, learning how to listen to and choose your direction according to what is showing up for you and what you know, so that it can create those career opportunities, life opportunities, etc., that get you landed exactly where you're supposed to be, wherever that is.
So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have three parts. We're going to start with the discovery so that you can get clear on what it is you actually want in this season of your life. And then the second part is about what we've been touching on, owning your value so you can reconnect with your strengths. And Tracy's special thing she's going to teach us is that quieting that self-doubt, because we can all dream, but then we have to wake up in the morning and make those dreams happen. And that's sometimes where there's a disconnect. Then lastly, we want to turn action. There's got to be action. If you've invested time to come hang out with us tonight, we're going to leave you with some action steps that will make a difference in your career pivot starting tomorrow.
And again, those action steps, super important. Instead of kind of leaving with ideas, having at least one next step that you can take immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Progress doesn't necessarily come from having all the answers. It comes from, and I just did a video about this, it comes from literally being open to possibilities and what's available to you, and really looking with curiosity to what those things are. That's where the answers come.
Yep.
Progress comes from taking the next step, opening up to things that you don't see. And tonight is about helping you find possibly what it is that you don't see that's already there for you, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that,
Let's dive into discovery. I worked with a lot of people and talked to a lot of people. And the most surprising question that I ask isn't just what's on your resume, what job you're seeking, or what salary you want. It's what do you want? Has
totally.
anyone ever asked you this before? What do you actually want? But people often tell me, Maria, I don't live in la la land. I can't dream about that. I have responsibilities. I have bills to pay. But you know what happens when I ask that question, what do you want? I get that canned answer of I want an HR job or an ops job. But when I really start to dig and get out of people what it is they want, it makes you so uncomfortable. And why is that? Why are we not allowed to really consider what it is we want? I think it's partly because of culture, and it's because for many decades, we've all been focused on what everyone else needs. We want to make people feel good. We want to deliver. We want to provide for our families, our kids, pay the mortgage, all of the things. And sometimes you just lose yourself in all of that. So tonight, though, before we dive into like a resume or LinkedIn or applications, getting that clarity about what it is you want. So if I ask this question, what do I need for my next chapter to feel secure? Now,
Mhm.
jot down on a piece of paper this question. What do I need to feel secure? Because that's a very important thing, right? We can't just do whatever we want. We do have to feel secure. So that might be income, that might be benefits, that might be a type of work environment. There might be family considerations. And you're not gonna have enough time to answer all this tonight. But if you just jot down secure question mark, what is it that will make you feel secure? What do you need out of this next job to feel secure?
Mm.
Yeah. Just gonna give you a couple seconds to jot down that question. What do I need to feel secure? Is that income, benefits, stability? I know people who are looking for jobs every year because they work in startups or in certain types of
Mhm.
corporate jobs, and every year the rug is just pulled out from under them. So
Mm.
what is it that you need to feel secure? And then the next question is, what do you need from this next chapter to feel alive? See how that's something different? I mean, okay, a high salary could make you feel secure and alive at the same time, but often these are separate things. So to feel alive, is it you need a certain purpose? Do you need to make an impact? Do you want to continue to grow? Or maybe you're in the stage of your career where you just want easy. You want to show up and just do easy and get the money coming in. Maybe you want to continue to connect or travel, or you want to learn, or you want new challenges. Write down 2 or 3 things that you need out of this next chapter to feel alive. For some of you, it might have been a while since you felt alive in your job. And I'm going to ask this question kind of in a different way just to see if it triggers any other thoughts. If I wasn't worried about what I should do, because for now, just throw the practicalities out. If you could do anything, what would it be? What would you want? Have fun. What's a thing you wanted to be when you were a little kid that you never got around to? Are you going to start a business? Are you going to run your own department? Or what is it for you? So here's what I know. When you know what you need to feel secure and you know what you need to feel alive, you'll stop chasing every opportunity. You'll stop the shotgun approach to applying for everything,
Mm.
and you'll get just more clear. And secondly, almost more importantly, is you stop making fear-based decisions when you know what your needs are. You might stop climbing those ladders that you've been climbing and you don't even know why anymore. And all of this might be it should be bringing up a lot of different feelings. You might be feeling excited, you might be feeling relieved, but you might also be feeling uncomfortable because you're not quite sure because like, haha, this is really fun and all, but yeah, that's not really practical. And that's why I love that we teamed up with Tracy tonight, because some of the thoughts that go through your head might be like, be realistic, or you're too old for that, or you might just be thinking, I'm not ready. And that's why Tracy's here tonight, because we teamed up because she's going to help you break through those stories that you're telling in your head and get comfortable and more clear on how you can get there. So, Tracy, what is this? How do you find that personal power and develop what you call your personal mission statement to help you get to these dreams that just seem so unreachable?
So, again, my name is Tracy. My body of work is called Embodied Confidence. And embodied confidence really is supporting people in staying steady, speaking clearly. Hello, Tanya. And building trust when it matters. So, trust with yourself, self trust. How many of you guys trust yourself? Your camera's off. Brenda's
Depends
the
on the
only
day.
one. Brenda's the only one I can see. So, if y'all want to put it in the chat, you can put it in the chat. Do you trust yourself? Is that a CSC, Brenda? Depends on the day. Cool. Anybody else? Or the moment?
Mhm.
So self-trust and self-leadership. Learning how to create that self-trust and that really grounded, embodied, knowing what's right for you and choosing from that space. So write this down. Personal power is internal direction with the absence of outside forces.
Mm.
Internal direction with the absence of outside forces. So, Tanya, you have a little bit of a leg up here. Everybody else, what do you hear when I say that phrase, and or what does it make you feel like? Okay, we all agreed this is interactive. Everybody has to talk to me.
It to me, it brings up so many friends and family mean well, but sometimes they say
Sure.
things that just break you down
Sure.
without even trying to.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody has a judgment on what they think your life should look like and what you should do next and all the things. Yeah. And our mind's job isn't necessarily to make us successful, it's to make us safe.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah.
So when we have all of these stories running, our mind is attempting to take a situation and categorize it to keep us safe. And very often it throws our nervous system into fight or flight because the mind communicates with the brain, which communicates with the body, which is the nervous system. And that's what we start running off of until we learn how to quiet all of that and bring us centered into that personal power. Does that resonate?
Yeah. So how do you do that?
Come on, man. I can't give away all my secrets. Not all at once. So learning how to say, thank you, mind. I appreciate you trying to take care of me as always. And learn how to be in your body and present. What do you guys hear whenever I say embodied? Okay, Maria, do you want to answer?
Yeah, no, that's well, and that's a question that I've never considered before. That's not a
Okay.
word you hear a lot. So I was trying
Yeah.
to think, as I'm sure the audience is, to process embodied. It's standing on your own, and like you said, in the absence of those external forces,
Mhm.
and just shut it all out and being in your body and in your mind. And then also controlling your mind and telling it, not today, brain. This is what the new program is. This is where we're going.
And it's not your brain, it's your mind. And there's a difference.
Oh, do tell.
Your brain is part of your body. So your mind is consciousness and your brain is part of your body. They're different. Your mind affects your brain, which affects your body. So embodied is learning how to be present right here, right now. We are very taught to be in our minds all the time. Figuring everything out, data, analytical, etc., is the thing that we are taught to value, yes or yes.
Yeah.
So what if we could say thank you and learn how to be a different way so that we're not spinning in the stories all the time? Does that sound good to you guys? Cool. So one small tool for right now, and then we'll dive in a little bit more as we go along. Everybody sit up, head, well, Tony, you're driving. Can you do this driving? Head over chest, over pelvis. Tuck your chin in a little bit. We tend to do this whenever we're told to stand up straight, which actually energetically is looking outside of ourselves. So head over chest, over pelvis. Imagine the bottom pointy ends of your shoulder blades sliding back and down towards your hips. The front of your shoulders opens and there's like a string on your sternum and it lifts up and out. And just bring all of you present right here, right now. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. What do you notice?
It's an amazing way to feel centered and empowered because you're in this position of confidence and quieting all those voices. And then you can begin fresh. Okay, where am I going? What am I going to think about? Instead of letting other forces dictate those things for you.
Nervous system regulation. It's everywhere right now. Everything you hear everywhere is nervous system regulation. Yes? Have you guys heard that phrase recently? So that's a touch. Thank you. I'm super glad. I appreciate that. It's a super easy one to use at any time. And what we just did was regulate your nervous system. How easy was that?
Yeah.
Our bodies are literally antennas. So we are always, yeah, exactly. We are always picking up information from around us, and we are always putting out information about us through our bodies. Everybody else is doing the same thing. So learning how to be embodied and in your body and discern what's right for you from that space is where the magic happens. Right? So you can start to go, okay, thank you. That's really good information. Is that my direction? Oh, there might be a piece there. Okay, cool. Let me go with that, but this doesn't work. And you get to do that. You get to take information and choose, yeah, this resonates. Yeah, no, that doesn't. And it might be like within the same piece of information, right? So learning how to really honor that self-trust and know that it is there to help and support you in moving forward, life, body, business, career. Yeah.
Mhm.
Feelings on all of that, you guys? Come on, gotta talk to me. Brenda's got some good comments. Anybody else have comments? Y'all can chat.
I love how this pose just helps you feel confident.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally nervous system regulation. Boom. Easy. You can do it anywhere, anytime. You don't have to stop and take a breath work session. It's literally you can be in a meeting and be stressed out with all of the stuff that we put on ourselves or other people put on us, and it can shift it in a second so that you can be clear. Awesome, Kelly. Yeah. And again, that's my entire body of work is connecting with confidence and that self-trust. And in my work, it's reconnection. It's there. We simply need to access it.
For sure.
So that's personal power. Month one of private work with my clients, I have people find their own personal mission statement. So I invite you either right now start working on it, or when we get off the call, start working on it. Start using this tool. Again, this is one tool, and practicing bringing yourself present right here, right now, and letting your truth and who you are and what you're here to do, not even necessarily work, job, what you're here to do.
Mm-hmm.
That personal mission statement start to form and anchor you as you move forward.
What I love about this, and you touched on it, it doesn't have to be just a job. It's like owning
Yeah.
what you deserve, which
Yeah.
you segued into part two perfectly. Um,
I just
and
wondered if everybody was looking for a
Mhm.
job that was in the group. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just sitting up straighter and the energy that you send out is part of the world seeing you differently.
Totally.
And when you are able to do those questions that I put out at the beginning, and we'll send out the recording so that you can revisit if you want to go back and look at those questions, it is defining what is next. It doesn't necessarily have to be different, but chances are it will be different. Where are you going next? And what I wanted to talk about is this idea that you're a brand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and people are like, "What? Wait, what? What? I'm a brand?" Well, yeah. It's what people say about you when you leave the room, what you're known for. And I don't mean this is like a school kids making fun of people thing. This is just who are you? Who do people know you as?
Yeah.
It's the story that people might glean from your LinkedIn profile, your body of work that you put out, your resume, your cover letters, or even what people think maybe when your name pops into their inbox or they get a text from you. What is that brand that you put out?
That ties into that personal mission statement too.
Mhm.
That's reflected in your personal brand. It's all bringing that together and getting clear.
Yeah, and if you aren't clear on what you want, what makes you feel alive, that personal mission statement, what kind of impact you want to have, that might be the reason why you aren't feeling as confident or productive or happy in whatever it is you're doing for your life's work or your career. So what story do you want to tell? And this isn't about like what job you want to do. It's like what story do you want to tell on all of your brand documents? Since we're
Mhm.
talking about this category of finding work or making that impact, whatever it is for you. So whether you're looking for that job or promotion or you want to grow a business or you're just figuring out what comes next, people need to understand who you are and what you're seeking before they can help you. Opportunities, I'm sure we've all seen this, and sometimes it's infuriating. They don't always go to the most qualified person. They go to the person whose value is the easiest to find, who's
Mm,
who's able to tell their story, who shows up at these interviews in the right way. I'm going to give you an example. A woman found her way to me after she had been looking for quite a while, over a year, for a job. And she just, of course, was at the end of the rope, really stressed out because she had a messy, what we would call a messy career, which she called a messy career, honestly. Different industries, different roles, different experiences. If you looked at her job or her resume or her LinkedIn, you just saw a bunch of unrelated jobs, and it wasn't really clear who she was, what value she offered, or what problems she solved. But when we sat down and really worked through some of the questions that I shared with you earlier, I was able to start seeing that pattern that every job had. She was consistently someone who brought people together. She built systems. She created structure where there was chaos. She was a change maker. And while her industries changed, her job titles changed, those core things were there every single time. So we were able to work on this personal statement, otherwise known as in the job search world, your unique value proposition, to define what that common thread was, and then align all of her brand documents. Excuse me, align all of her brand documents, and that would be like your LinkedIn, your cover letters, your interview bullets, your all anywhere you show up, even networking. And once we were able to get that all clear and connect the dots, not only could people help her more, an interesting thing happened. And I'm not joking. It was only after 4 weeks of getting her LinkedIn dialed in, her starting to connect with more people, her starting to post and comment. Suddenly, people were finding her. She was getting multiple inquiries from her network, and she landed several interviews pretty quickly. And that's all because she just got clear on where she wanted to go and then got her brand aligned. So, the questions that you work through, also consider like, what do you want to be known for? And then make sure that you do your power pose and you feel that confidence. And then you align all of your things so that it's saying the same message everywhere. Because people want to help you and people want to refer you, but they can't tell the story and advocate for you if they don't know it. Do you guys feel like you're clear? If I went to your LinkedIn right now, would I be clear on what it is you're looking for? Is it aligned? So when I work with clients to help them define their brand, I see some trends. People can easily rattle off their accomplishments and their skills, but they sometimes struggle to figure out what that next thing is. And the voices sometimes start those voices that we talked about earlier. Like, who do you think you are? What share in the chat? Like, what do your voices in your head say when you try to do something different? And you know, we hear those stories and those voices over and over, and they become truth. Like, I was always told, Maria, you're not good at math. And you just start to believe it after a while. So this is why I'm excited about the next part, because those voices that we've been telling ourselves over and over and over impact how we see ourselves, and thus what we put out into the world. But Tracy's going to help us understand what's actually happening when these imposter syndromes and these voices pop up. What is your experience, Tracy?
Well, a lot of times, most of the time, it is, again, external influences that are telling us these things, or we are looking at and taking on as what's true for us when they actually aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Again, imposter syndrome is very much not owning like what we really have done and who we are. And so one of the biggest misconceptions about confidence is that we have to feel confident before we take action, right? And what if we can take action and create the confidence as we're taking action?
Mm-hmm.
So like using that tool with the power posture, that's actually taking action and bringing us present so that we feel more confident. And action trumps fear every time. When we are stuck or spinning or, beating ourselves up or whatever, if we do something that is moving us forward, it dispels that fear.
Mm-hmm.
So confidence isn't really built in isolation. Confidence is built when we start showing up differently, right? When we start telling ourselves a different story about who we are and what's possible for us. That reconnection, it is there. We've simply disconnected from it. And that's where Maria comes in, really helping us with that discovery and discovering like what we want. So Learning how to be present, be embodied, quiet some of those voices so that we can hear our own voice.
Mm-hmm.
And learning to really reconnect to that self-trust, honor the self-leadership and our direction. When we have that clarity, we can communicate it to other people more effectively, and other people will see us differently. Again, it's that body as an antenna, always information coming in and information going out. So learning how to regulate will affect all of that, right? So, Debrea, do you want to talk a little bit about all of that?
Well, sure. And what came to mind is you're not always going to feel this confidence
Yeah,
especially when we do those scary things. Our brain, our mind, sorry, that's right. Our mind is going to keep trying to push us back to what's safe and normal, or your normal,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
your routine. Anytime you deviate from the routine, your mind is like, warning, warning, what are you doing? What are you doing? So
Yeah,
I love that thought, that just taking that action, that even if it's just doing
yeah,
the power pose, that's trumping fear. It's you telling your mind, not today, I'm in control, and it's going to start with this power pose.
yeah, yeah. Again, imposter syndrome is very much dysregulated nervous system. So working with that power posture, there are other ones. We're just going to work with that for this evening for the sake of time and being on a webinar. But there are a lot of different tools that we can use to bring ourselves more present and embodied.
Well, and part of getting that confidence to be present and embodied is working through those questions and understanding what
Awesome.
it is you want. And then in
Yeah.
this field of, I'm looking for a job, I want to find the right thing, I want to get landed. The third part that we wanted to talk about tonight is like the action piece. Like, okay, this is all great. I'm going to think about what my dream job might be. I'm going to think about what my needs and wants are and combine them into this action. But how do I get landed today? Because that's what's breaking my confidence. Applying to all these jobs, landing all these interviews, going through months and months and rounds of interviews. Who's been there? Yes, I've been there. Yeah. And it really does break down your confidence and make it difficult. But if you just remember that people really want to help you, people want to be there for you if you figure out how to let them help you. And who's heard that statement that 60 to 80% of jobs landed today are landed through connections in your network? And you can
Mhm.
replace job with customer, contract, anything that you're trying to do. I think we all know how important your network is. Does that ring true to you guys? Put in the chat. If you look back at your career, how many of the jobs you got, or even the direction in your career, did you get just because someone opened a door for you, or shared an idea about a path that you didn't even know existed, or told you about a degree or a certification or something that got you moving in a direction? If you want to get landed, you got to work your network.
Mm,
And what I often hear is, I don't have a network that opens those kind of doors for me. Does
mm,
anyone feel like that? That, oh, maybe you've been in a job for 20 years and you just didn't play the LinkedIn game, or maybe you have a gap. I had a 12-year career gap, 12 years. And when I was starting to go back to work, I moved across the country and left 2 decades of relationships behind. It was really hard. That's a hard place to be in. But I was spinning and that dysregulated. My nervous system was everywhere. I was having the imposter syndrome. But then I just started talking. I just took those simple steps, right? That simple action to overcome the fear. And I just started talking to people who were safe. And for me, that was a mommy friend in the bleachers at my daughter's gymnastics class. And that's how I landed my first job back after 12 years at a director level. So you could say
mm.
that was lucky, but I used my network.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. The job I have now has been there for 26 years, and it's because of an unexpected door that was open for me. Yeah. So you do have a network, your formal coworkers, your friends, your neighbors, your volunteers, people you volunteer with, or other parents on the bleachers at sports.
Very cool.
Yeah. And, as I mentioned, it doesn't take that much consistent effort to get noticed on LinkedIn. I've had multiple clients recently who have landed because they got noticed on LinkedIn after
Nice.
only working at it for 4 to 6 weeks, being consistent and targeted and focused. And I love helping people with that plan. And the first time I asked them to do something or to post, there's that feel of like, you want me to do what? No, I don't do that. No, we'll whip out that power pose because you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone just a little bit, because you're changing your path. You're doing big things. And what all the culmination of all the things that got you to who you are today and where you are today, those aren't going to be the same things that get you to the next level. Tracy, have you whipped out your tools to help you do those scary things?
Oh gosh, every second of every day. Like I teach this work in that, I use it constantly. And my entire life has been reinvention, and this fits into this, fits into this, fits into this. And it was all because I was open to like, oh, okay, I'll play. Let's see what shows up next, right? And it's just shifting how you're showing up, shifting how you're being open, shifting how you're communicating with other people. Like you said, we're talking to a mom in the bleachers. You simply communicated and it put it out there and it opened up a whole another opportunity for you. So I did this work full time for a very long time, and I didn't after a while because I got really, really sick. And using these tools was what helped me get through that and redo my entire life, and also helped me get more clear with the messaging and the work and how to communicate it with others and support them and how to show up. So, yeah, I use it all the time,
Yeah.
literally every second of every day. And it really helps with challenging work situations where, again, a person, a coworker, a company, whatever, is attempting to have you believe something that is not true and or
Mm-hmm.
it's not true for you. And instead of holding up the sword and fighting, okay, cool. Let me bring myself present. This is what I know to be true. I don't need to argue. I don't need to fight. I need to choose and take action from that space.
Definitely. And learn to see the opportunities
Yeah.
in maybe not the most obvious places. I see Tanya shared that her LinkedIn hasn't been updated for years and years. Well, one, if you're looking for a job, I highly recommend at least getting it updated and have a headshot from this decade, please. uh, Okay, so here's another completely random networking story, hidden networking story. For those of you, I know some of the people on this call are introverts, and the idea of posting on LinkedIn or going to a networking event might just seem like more than you can handle right now. Well, I worked with this woman who had been searching for her next role for over a year. She had done all the things, dozens and dozens and dozens of applications, follow ups, all highly accomplished professional here, but she still wasn't gaining that much traction. And I asked her during our initial conversation, what's the closest that you came to landing a role? Because if you can figure out what worked, you can replicate it. She's like, oh, I did make it multiple rounds at this one company, and I really thought I was going to get it, but then they had a hiring freeze at the last minute. Oh, that's the worst. But besides that, how did she get there, right? Because if you can get through multiple rounds of interviews, eventually something's going to land. That connection came because she was hanging out at her brother's house in his driveway and talked to his next door neighbor.
Nice.
Like,
Being
it might,
seen.
yeah, being seen, it might feel gross. You might feel like, oh, I don't want to tell some random stranger that I'm looking for a job.
Yeah.
It's not that you have to tell them that you're looking for a job. Ask them about them. Ask them what challenges they're facing or their company's facing, or just hear what people are saying. And sometimes you can find natural ways in. And this person might have asked her, well, what do you do? And she just shared the problems that she solves,
Mm.
the value that she brings to companies. You're not asking for a job. You're just saying your unique value proposition. So get clear on what that is
Hmm.
and it let people help you.
And let me add about interviewing as well, right? Interviewing can be really challenging, and learning how to be embodied and connect to that clear self-trust space and not listen to the imposter syndrome fears will help you in interviews as well.
For sure.
It'll help you connect to your value, which is what the interviewer wants to know that you bring.
Mm-hmm.
I was in an interview, and I had told all the things, and I literally said to him, I was like, okay, so do you now know who I am and what I bring to the table? And he was like, I do. I was like, great.
Love
Whether it was good or not that I said that, it felt like it was appropriate to say, it was like, I can help your company.
Well, and we've all had both sides of interviews. The one where you rocked it. You were able
Yeah.
to show up, you were able to communicate what you wanted to communicate, and using these tools to not get stressed out and in your head
Mhm.
and because it just strangles your voice. And then you're frustrated and you get more frustrated. And then you just blow the interview versus if
Yeah.
you can catch yourself when you're starting to get emotionally heightened or when you're starting to feel uncomfortable, if you can practice using these tools and sit up straight in the middle of the interview and stop that spiral before it gets to the point that you can't stop it, that's when you're going to be able to show up in the interview exactly the way you want to show up. And
Yeah. Yeah.
even if you don't get the job, because that's not in your control, what is in your control is how you show up and how you talk about yourself.
It's also in your control to always look for possibilities, right? And connections and see things that show up in your life and acknowledge them. And that will help you stay positive and focused and able to take action, right? Instead of spinning into all of the external things.
Yeah. But so before we leave tonight, we're at the action part because you invested your time, you showed up. So what action are you going to take? I hope that you finish revisiting those questions and figure out your needs and your wants. Hope that you practice the tools that Tracy provided, but as well as catching yourself before you get into that spiral. And here are some challenges I have for you that you can try these tools out. So first, reconnect with at least one person you've been meaning to reach out to and practice sharing that language of what you're looking for or where you're going next. Let them help you. And then the second thing is to schedule one conversation with someone whose career inspires you because one, they might be able to help you. People love to support others who are interested in the same thing, but also they'll have that perspective to help you find that path a little quicker, learn from them. And no matter who you talk to, just always say, who should I talk to next? People love to make introductions and feel helpful. Let them. Do you have any ways that you want people to practice your tools after this session, Tracy?
Start thinking of visibility as action as well. Again, action trumps fear. So showing up, shifting how you're showing up, being visible, having conversations, letting yourself be seen,
Mm-hmm.
right, is an action step. Using that one power posture to bring yourself present as much as you possibly can will start to help you. It's an action, something that you can walk away with tonight and implement immediately. Writing a personal mission statement, letting it percolate is an action, starting to consciously notice what shows up for you and distill it into a personal mission statement. The brand
Mm-hmm.
is also action. So using those things to start building that foundation of embodied confidence, self-trust, staying steady, building trust with yourself so that you can build trust when it matters outside of you.
I love that idea of building trust with yourself.
First,
Yeah.
you have to, because people pick up on your presence. They pick up on who you are, whether you want them to or not. And we're not going to communicate the value that we bring if we don't truly trust that we bring any. Right?
So profound. Like it is hard to fake it till you make it. That's basically what she just said.
Yeah. So fake it till you make it, in my understanding, is step into who you want to be
Mhm.
and be it.
Yep. Be it until
Even
you
if you're
become it.
scared.
Yep. Be
Even if
it.
you're scared, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it feels like, oh my God, who do I think I am? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I work with
But
people to help redefine what work means to them and redefine this like needs and wants thing, and help you come up with that plan to get landed. So if you find that helpful, and I promise I'm already going to look at each one of your LinkedIn's, assuming I can find them. Peter, you might have to put yours in the chat because people who have names like yours are sometimes very hard to find on LinkedIn. But I will try to find your LinkedIn and just tell you what I see, who you are, not because it's right or wrong, but it'll be interesting to see if that aligns with that, where you think you're going next. And if anyone wants to chat, this is the QR code for you to schedule a complimentary call, or just respond to the email that I'm going to send out if you would like to schedule a call. I'm happy to hop on a call with you and answer your questions more specifically, as I'm sure Tracy is as well.
Let's schedule a time just to have a conversation. Free conversation, see if I can help you with your clarity.